Good morning, good morning. Oh, hold on, there we go. Good morning, let me know if you can hear me okay. Hi everyone, how are you doing today? I hope that you are well. I hope that you can hear me. Please let me know if you can. Hi Sandy, good morning. Hi Tracy, happy Friday. Hi Joy, welcome. Yes, tea for Tracy day. Oh, funny story. Today's actually my best friend Tracy's birthday. So yay for all the Tracys. Yay. Hi Colette, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Hi N, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, you can hear me okay. Thank you so much. Hi, good morning, Evelina. Okay, good. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Marion. Hi, Barbara. Good morning. Welcome, all our Doodle friends. So glad to have you here this morning. This is the microphone, so hopefully the audio is picking up there. Last week, the replay didn't work as planned. So unfortunately, we didn't have a replay of last week's session. I'm hoping today we don't have the same issue. I am just going to do a very quick test here to see and to make sure, because it is always useful, I find, to have those replays, as much for you as for me. Let me just see. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, good. Okay, we do have audio. Hurrah! So, we did start out with good audio last week, and at some point there was like a technical issue and it bombed out. I hope that doesn't happen. So hopefully we're good today. May the tech gods shine on us. Fantastic. Yay, Sandy! I love my Fridays with you guys too. Yay! I'm so glad. Fantastic. Thank you, N, loud and clear. Yes, Tracy. The hearts for the Tracys today, and anybody else who has the letter T. Today is your day. Hi, Mende. Good to see you here. You can finally be here. I'm so glad. You got a new iPad and the Procreate app. Yay! Can't wait to try it out with your class. I can't wait for you to try it out too. I get really excited because I get so much joy and pleasure from drawing digitally. But of course, for any of you who might be new or old friends, IRL drawing is just as valid and wonderful. It's only a preference thing. There is no prerequisite to draw digitally. It's completely down to preference. So yeah, some of us draw digitally, some of us draw with paper and pen and pencils, and some of us draw in our lines, our doodles in one color, and then we go and color them afterwards. We actually did that during last week's session, and I really enjoyed it. I'm really getting into my digital watercolor, which is so fun. And I want to invite you to tinker, like get experimental with what you're drawing with. It doesn't always have to be the same thing. You can try different things different times. We do keep our doodle patterns different every week. It's randomized, so it's not a set thing. The only thing that is set is that alternating weeks are alphabet themed. So as you will see, today is the letter T. Next week will be something completely random, and yeah, it's a nice surprise to see what comes up. So that is how we work. I'm just turning on my focus here so we don't get disturbed. So how are you doing today? How has your week been? What has been the highlight? And then do your kind of little internal weather app check on a scale of 1 to 10. How are you feeling right now, with 1 being awful and 10 being awesome? There's no judgment, so don't, when you do your check-in, leave the judgment. It is as if you are literally checking the weather app and going, oh, isn't that interesting? That's what it is today. How fascinating. So yeah, that's what we're doing for our internal temperature check. Let's see, I'm missing, the chat is scrolling a little fast here, so let me just catch up here. Cool, so Tracy, you got a cute teddy bear from my friend's baby shower last week. Oh, awesome. Well, that's a lovely highlight for your week. Wonderful. Maybe you can draw your teddy bear. Monday, I keep having appointments for physical therapy on Friday morning, so missing sessions. I don't have to be there until noon today though. Fantastic. And it's for that reason that I really hope that the replays of these work so that you can come back to these sessions and not feel like you miss out. So if you are interested in finding past sessions, those that have worked, where the tech gods have shined upon us, then you can check out the links in my Insight Timer teacher profile. There's a Linktree link, and that'll take you to the 2 other platforms where you could possibly find replays if they did work out on that day. Yeah, so for those of you who do have clashes with your diary on a Friday at this time, then hopefully those replays will be of value to you. Hi, good morning, Doodle. Yay, welcome. Glad to have you here. Fantastic. Okay, so Marion, you're a 7. Doodle, you're a 7. Sandy, let's see here. Jean, you're a 9. My gosh, high vibes in the room this morning. That's fantastic. Tracy, you're saying the highlight for this week was I started my Christmas shopping. Oh my gosh, are we at that time of year? Wow, you're one of those early birds. Well done, you. I'll say that I'm not. Evelina, you're a 7. Hi Jenny, good to see you here. Welcome. Sandy, you're a 7, and your highlight is playing with your Procreate app. That excites me so much, like far more than it should. Fantastic. Yay. Let's see, Barbara, lovely week with friends. You're a 7, going on a cruise on Sunday. Oh my gosh, how delightful. Where were you cruising to? That sounds so wonderful and exciting. My gosh. Yay. Good, Monday, I'm glad. Yes, so check out those resources. Like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It depends on what the tech feels like in the morning. Morning, Jessica, welcome. Tracy, you're a 6, started your diabetes medication this week. Okay, well that's good, you're on the right path then. So, and that 6 is good, that's on the right side of 5, so there you go. Joy, I'm T for traveling today, so listening with my husband in the car. Okay, you're not driving. Okay, fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. So hopefully you can catch the replay. Like I said, if the tech gods have smiled upon us today, when you're not in the car and traveling. Monday, you're a 5 to 6, a bit anxious for your day. Well, then you're in the right place, and I'm grateful, and I'm also, what's the word? I acknowledge you for creating the space and time for yourself in this session. And I think I heard an interesting thing this week, and I want to research it more deeply. I believe it was Martha Beck that was saying that anxiety and creativity cannot exist in the same space. And so somebody who does have a tendency towards anxiety, that really filled me with so much joy. To know, and I have intuitively known that creativity is good for the soul and good for the body, and the nervous system regulation, and to hear that specifically for anxiety, that creativity and anxiety cannot exist in the same space. So this is the perfect activity for when you are having those anxious moments or you're anxious about something. So yeah, you're in the right place, Monday. Well done. Let's see. Barbara, going to, I don't even know how to say that. Mazatlan. I need my glasses. They're not here. Mazatlan? I'm clearly not a world traveler. Puerto Vallarta and Cabo. Okay. I don't know that my geography, it sounds South American, right? I don't know geography. But that sounds super exciting. I do hope that you can send pictures, and I do hope that you will have time to be doodling on your cruise. How wonderful. Yay! So many good friends. Okay, Mandy, yes, I think it was the challenge, the 7-day anxiety challenge. I really enjoyed that, and it sparked several drawing your emotions exercises. So I'm very excited to be recording those and potentially doing those as live sessions as well. Fantastic. All right, Mexico. Okay, thank you, Barbara. Although I have been to Mexico, I've clearly not been to those parts. Well, that's exciting. I do hope that you can share some pictures or draw your experiences. That would be lovely. Alrighty, so let us get into our doodling session with a little extra nudge from the universe. A reminder in our card deck. This is the card deck that I always draw from. It's the Well-Being Wisdom cards. While I check my internal weather app, I think I'm an 8 today. I'm an 8. I had a nice yoga session this morning before the call. Yeah, and the morning has just flowed quite nicely. So feeling high vibes. Alrighty, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so this, oh, I tell you, the universe is listening. This is our card, you won't believe it. Can you see that? Travel. How awesome is that? I love that. Travel. I grab opportunities to travel in my mind and real life. After all, I know that adventure is the only way for me to grow and learn. Oh man, I love that so much. Travel, yes, traveling in our minds and in real life. How awesome. That is the perfect card. Could not have asked for a better card. I grab opportunities to travel in my mind and in real life. After all, I know that adventure is the only way for me to grow and learn. Damn, that is a message from the universe if there ever was one, huh? Awesome. Okay, so, Jessica's talking about the Procreate course. Procreate for drawing and calligraphy. Inga, that's awesome. Yay. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, come and explore the world of Procreate. Alrighty, so today let's get into our drawing. I'm gonna change, cameras now. Hopefully this works. Can you see that? It's a bit high. There we go. There we go. Can you see that okay? Also a bit skew. Today we are drawing, doodling the letter T. Why are you not focusing? There we go. Cool. There we go. Okay, so today we are drawing the letter T. So grabbing, why is that not focusing today? Grabbing whatever tools you're going to be drawing with today, whether that is your iPad and Procreate or whatever drawing app, or whether you are drawing on paper, scrap piece of paper, journal, and then what you're drawing with, a pen, a pencil, markers, completely your choice. It's absolutely preference driven. There is no rule on what you should be drawing in or with. So we're going to start off with just drawing our letter T, and we're going to be doodling within the boundaries of our letter T, remembering. So let's take a deep breath here before we draw. Taking a deep breath. And release any tension that might have gathered. Take another nice deep breath. Releasing any judgment that might have arrived in advance. And last one, taking a nice deep breath in. Come into this time and space, being present and being open to what this session brings forth. So we're going to draw our letter T. You can draw it however you choose, as long as there is enough space for you to doodle inside. We're drawing the letter T today. Yes. Tracy says she did more of her paint by numbers yesterday. That's awesome. Creativity, I tell you, in all forms of creativity is it's just good for your health. Joy, your husband is, he's giggling at Procreate. I know. And before you get into the world of digital drawing and people talking about, oh, I'm playing with Procreate today, it's got a whole other kind of connotation, isn't it? And then when you get into it, the other meaning doesn't even, well, for me, it doesn't even come up. Evelina, T for triumphant, yay! And Tracy and travel, yes. Fantastic. Alrighty, so let's get our doodle patterns, see which ones we're going to be doing today. So if you're new here, we use a randomizer to help us decide which doodle patterns we're going to be doing and how many. We do have a free reference sheet here for you. If you don't have this, you can access the download link, the easiest download link to access it from. I do have one in one of the other platforms that I'm on, the link to which you will find on my Linktree link. But if you are already in Insight Timer, if you go to my teacher profile, scroll all the way down to the bottom and find the Zen Doodle group, the link is prominent in there, and that's the easiest link from which to download these 50 mindful doodles. They are all numbered, so if we zoom in, you can see that they are all numbered. And so our little spinny wheel is going to help us decide how many and which of these 50 doodle patterns we're going to be drawing today. And we do this not for learning art per se, but more about the process of creating, the process of drawing, for the relaxation, for the mindfulness aspect of it, for calming our nervous system, and all the other good things that come along with a regular practice. So let's see, how many are we going to do? 3. Okay, so we're going to spin the wheel 3 times. I'm going to write down the numbers. And then if you've got your reference sheet handy, you can go at your own pace. If you don't, you can follow along with me. So I'm going to write down 3 numbers. So 7, 48, and 28. Those are our 3 numbers today. So I will just, go on, disappear. I will get that up here and just do a quick squiz at which patterns they are. So number 7, one of my absolute favorites. I do love these leafy ones that just calms my whole body to look at and to draw. Number 48 is this wood grain effect, also beautiful, fun, soothing pattern. And then number 28, oh, a nice easy one. Okay, cool. So we've got some easy doodle patterns today, really like them. So let's start with number 7. I'll just scale that down and I'll keep that in the corner there so that you can see what we are currently busy with. And then in your letter T, you're going to divide it into 3 different sections, however you choose to do that. There are no rules. You get to choose. So however you would like to section your T into 3 different parts. Oh dear, let's see. Michelle, it's frozen here on my Android. Gonna grab the old iPhone. Is it frozen for everybody or is it just Michelle? Please let me know. Are we all good? Not frozen. Okay, good. Okay, Michelle, so it must be your device. Okay, cool. Oh, Jessica, T for Timmy, your kitty, yay! Yes. Deli. Okay, so the words are coming in. So the letter T, that is an additional prompt with our alphabet series, is that whatever letter we are doodling today, as you are doodling, you're focusing on your hand, you're focusing on the sensation, you're noticing your breath. It's a whole mindfulness practice. And for those of you who do have an active brain, who are used to multitasking, you have an extra little prompt to focus the mind's attention, and that being what words, starting with the letter T, come to mind. Things that you are grateful for, things that you're reflecting on, things that you are intending, things that you are processing perhaps, reflecting on. So what letter T words come up? And the invitation is for you to write them down on your page if you choose to. You can share them in the chat if you choose to. And that could be potentially after our doodling session today. It could be a prompt, maybe circle 1 or 2 words or 3 words that could be a journaling prompt, to continue the healing benefits of this practice. So, and what I love about people sharing what their letters, words come up for them, is that you can borrow other people's words. So if there's a word that really resonates or gives you goosebumps or like really stands out for you, write that down. And then after our doodling session, have a little journaling session where you just reflect on that word and why, like get curious about why did it stand out for you. This is, it's your practice. So let's see. Some of the words are coming in. So Jessica, T for tea. A cup of tea. Nothing like a good old cup of tea. Yay, love it. Awesome. Okay, Michelle, good. You're all good on your iPhone now. Fantastic. Let's see. Yes, so delete, tenacious, today, and together. Love those 3 T words. Fantastic. L, T, today, because it isn't guaranteed. Oh my gosh. Oh, you could so journal about today, right? Oh, Sandy, treasure. Oh, that is what you are. That's what you are too. Thank you. Kim. Triumphs, I'm guessing that is. Triumphs, yes. All the little wins, no matter how big or small. Fantastic. Tracy, I'm grateful for my friends Gemma, Katie, and Emily. Awesome, yes. We could put that under tribe, T for tribe. Michelle, treasure, yes. Got it, Kim, triumphs, yes. Michelle, time, tinkering and thinking. It's funny you say tinkering. Tinkering has becoming, I gotta write that down. I've been tinkering. I always tinker. I love tinkering. Tinkering is the best way to learn. Yes, Jean, time. Ooh, Marion, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is coming up for sure. Delete, truth. Mende, thoughtful. Yes, oh my gosh, so many good words. So many good words. Okay, so let's get doodling. Where did it go? So number 7. Where are you? There we are. That's what we are starting with. So I'm going to put that there. Can you hear the music okay? Is it too soft? Right, I'm going to do my number 7 here. So this one, I feel like I want to start with some viney bits. And just notice as you are starting to make marks on your page, notice how tightly you are gripping your pen or your pencil. Notice how your whole body is feeling. Maybe just do a quick little body scan as you start to draw, and where you might be holding some tension, another T word, from the soles of your feet all the way up your legs to your abdomen, your back, your neck, your chest, your shoulders, where we often hold so much tension. Why do you keep going away? Your upper arms, lower arms, any tension in your hands and fingers. Are you holding any tension in your face? There we go. Okay, I see what is happening. What's the silly apple thing? Any tension in your forehead? And take a nice deep breath. And wherever you noticed some of that tension, breathe into those areas. And as you exhale, releasing. Release what you're holding on to. Kim, time the herb. Yes, I do love time the herb. Delete, trust. Oh, mende trees. Yes. Oh my gosh. No music. Okay, let me increase the volume. I like to have the music. Can you hear that? Oh, there we go. There we go. Hi Tracy, good to have you here. Welcome. We are just starting. Okay, you're on your way home from work. Fantastic. Yes, Tracy, travel home. Yes. Ooh, Joy, top to toe tested. Love that. You do like your alliteration, I see, and your poetry. I love it. So allowing the shapes to unfold with ease onto the page. Don't overthink it. This is not a practice of perfection. This is a practice of progress and of presence. Being here now, accepting what is. If you make a mistake, that's okay. Leave it on the page. We learn most from our mistakes. Give it a try. There's another T word. Try. There's something very soothing for me. I don't know if you experience it, but this pattern, the rounding and the repetitive shapes, it's just lovely. Taking your time Notice the sound of your pen on the page, the feel of the side of your hand, the shape of the pen or pencil between your fingers. And rather than contorting your hand or your arm, move the page around as you need to. Do what's right for you. Ooh, delete, treat, and taste, yes. You say music could be a little louder. Is that better? Peter, tessellation. Okay, now I need to get my thesaurus out. Look, this is an educational process as well. It is the process of covering a surface with one or more shapes without any gaps or overlaps. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you, Peter, for educating me today. I did not know that. That's the first time I've ever heard that word. How awesome. A key geometric principle is that the angles of the shapes at any vertex must add up to 360 degrees. That is so cool. I love that. It's like a full page pattern. See? Well-being and education. Ooh, delete, technology. Yes. Technology. Michelle, tenacity. Yes. Thanks, Jessica. Yes. Tessellation or tiling. Okay, yeah, another word for tiling. Awesome. I think you win the word of the day, Peter. Like a honeycomb has tessellated hexagons. I'm going to sound so intelligent when I use that in a sentence. I think we should have that, a word of the day. Improving our vocabulary while improving our well-being. So if you have gone the vine route like I did, you can then start to fill the spaces in between with more leaves. And as we only have 3 patterns today, we can fill the detail and potentially colour in during this session. You don't have to colour in if you don't want to. It's complete preference. Notice what your non-dominant hand is doing. Wow, your dominant hand is busy doodling. And relax it if it's holding any tension. I really need to go and get my glasses. I'm starting to go cross-eyed. Morning, Yana. Hello, welcome. Good afternoon. Ooh, okay. Everyone's got their their dictionaries out. Jessica, I don't know even how to say that. Tintinabulation. Tintinabulation. Alrighty. Jessica, transcendental. Oh yes. Ooh, and trinket. Delete, me too. One of my favorite patterns. I just find it so nurturing. It's such a nurturing pattern. I was going to go get my glasses. Tintillating. I need to go get my glasses because these long words are difficult to see. So 1 second. Okay, I'm back. That's better. Oh, Delise says, Tracy, you're going to the theatre, going to see Wicked for good on the 23rd of November. That's awesome. It has been so long since I've been to theatre. What other theatrical performances have any of you been to lately? Training. I've been focusing a lot on training lately. Take a nice deep breath. Feel how nurturing it is to inhale to the very bottom of your abdomen. And on the exhale, release any tension you're holding on to. Do love this pattern. Tracy, I saw a woman with a wicked jacket, so beautiful. Yes, Yana, treasures, yes. Jessica, I would love to see the Nutcracker at the Boston Ballet this year. Yes, that would be amazing. Inga went to the Nutcracker last Sunday with her daughter. Beautiful. Oh, that's awesome. Delee, triumphant. Yes. L, how do you keep judgment of your pattern out of your mind? With practice and intention. With practice and intention. The more, this has been my experience, the more I've done it, and I guess there's an element of muscle memory with it as well. The more familiar you become with the patterns, and the more you remind yourself that this is not an art class in the traditional sense, this is an active form of meditation, the more you remember that it's not about the outcome, it's about the process. So it's about that continual remembering, why are you doing this? We're not going to show this to anyone. It doesn't matter if you deem it a success or a failure. And in fact, I would encourage you to embrace what you perceive as a failure. Get used to making mistakes. In my experience, getting into this practice and illustration in general, resistance to a bad outcome, I found was often the thing that stopped me from trying. in the first place. And of course, you know that if you don't try, you will never get there. So acknowledging that it's a process, it's literally a practice. You have to practice, you have to keep remembering. And as your mind, because it always will, as your mind keeps going back to what it's used to doing, i.e. judging, every time you notice that judgmental thought, come back to, this is a practice. It's not a competition. There's nothing at stake here. The outcome of the visual is irrelevant. It's a continual remembering. I would welcome anybody else's input on that. That is my experience, my insight. And the more I've noticed, the more I let go of expectation, actually the more happy I am with the outcome. Jessica says, I just keep telling myself I'm drawing for the heck of it. Yes. And breathe. It's okay. Yes, Doodle. Jessica, I'm not drawing to be hung up in a museum just for the practice. Yep. Yep. It's like attending a yoga class or dancing to a song. You know, it's who's to say what's good or bad. It's the doing of the thing. Jessica says, in L, a lot of times I'm not a fan of my art as I'm drawing, and then I finish and I take a step away and I come back and think, oh wow, that's fantastic. Absolutely. I've had those experiences so many times. Barbara, if I could afford it, I'd fly to New York to see the new Harry Potter play on Broadway. That sounds amazing. That really sounds amazing. I would love to do that. In fact, any show on Broadway, I think I would like to do. The closest we got was seeing Stephen Colbert live. Didn't get to a theatre production. Yay, Al. It is a lovely group of humans here. So much wisdom in the room. Ah, Doodle, your lines don't define you. Yes, just do. That's amazing. Yes, Jessica, T for try. Just give it a try. A line is just a line. It's perfectly imperfect, yes. I'm going to write that down too. There we go. That's a great reminder. Oh, Michelle, talent. Yes. Oh gosh. I like musicians. That's a talent that is just incredibly. I can sit and watch and listen to a musician play their instrument for hours and marvel at their talent. Isn't it wonderful? An appreciation of our own and others' talents. Let me write that down. You need to go. Joy, thank you. T for thank you. Tot ziens. Joy, are you South African? Or do you just know tot ziens? For those of you who don't know, tot ziens is bye in Afrikaans. So funny. Okay, love that pattern. So the next phase of this one is to go and fill in the gaps between the leaves, and it adds more contrast so that the leaves are more pronounced. And also it's just soothing to do, to fill in those gaps. I'm going to leave this to come back to and continue with number 48. So I'll park that there. Kim, teal. I am painting just one leaf stem with a watercolor pen in the color teal. Oh, that's awesome. Yay. I would love to see that. Tracy, I'm going to the cinema to watch the movie. Oh, okay. I see. The Wicked movie, is that what you're referring to, Tracy? Okay, let's see here, number 48. Okay, our wood grain. We don't do this one very often. Oh! So that's our next one. Remind myself where to start. Rolling my shoulders back because I'm just noticing that I'm holding some tension as I'm going here. So if you notice your shoulders are hunched over from our first pattern, just give a couple of rotations backwards. Feel your shoulder blades connecting behind you. And then go the opposite direction, coming forward. It's good just to move your body, get the blood flowing. Stretch out. Cool. All right, so if memory serves correctly, I'm starting with the dominant shapes of the wood grain, if you think of what wood grain looks like. Doesn't need to be perfect. But a couple of those kinds of shapes. Maybe another round one there. And maybe a little round one here. They are random, making it up as I go along. And that is the beauty of these patterns and these shapes. And Elle, to come back to your point of how do you let go of judgment, this doodling practice is a constant practice of letting go of judgment. And I have noticed how that has rolled on over into other aspects of my life as well. So as you embrace imperfection in your doodling, my experience has been that I've actually become more self-compassionate in other areas. If I don't get things, you know, how I perceive they should have been, I'm a little more self-compassionate. just got to try. I'm going to put that down. Interestingly, talking about trying, so I'm doing my second certification in yoga, and yesterday my yoga teacher said that I would be leading the class in this morning's practice, and a day previous she had not given me warning, and I had to guide the relaxation portion of the class unexpectedly, and I was so nervous and I rushed through it because it was unexpected. But I was really proud of myself in spite of getting feedback that I had gone too quick. I was really proud of myself for giving it a go, for giving it a try. And then when she said that I would be guiding today's, or a portion of today's class, I kind of went in with that same approach of, well, I'll just give it a try. It's the only way to learn is to try, right? The only way to get experience is to give it a go. In spite of the nerves or the self-judgment. And the self-judgment was definitely there. That's how we grow. Let's see. Tracy, triple. Yes, we are doing a triple doodle pattern today. And trouble. Good to contemplate what's troubling you. That's a good prompt for, what's troubling you? That's a good journal prompt. Just get it out. Michelle, yes, sitting cross-legged, hunched over. So for our body re-engagement. Didn't even realize how much time had passed. But your foot is telling you so, yes. Tracy, treatment, yes, and treat. Awesome. Thanks everyone, thanks. So much of our growth happens on the outer edge of our comfort zone, doesn't it? In fact, all of it does. All right, so once we've got those initial shapes, then we can start with our repeating lines. And as you see, I'm just going to put technology here because that somebody else mentioned it earlier. As you see in nature, the lines are never perfect. And isn't that just a wonderful cue for us? Because many of these doodle patterns are nature inspired, the imperfection is baked in. And imperfection is a man-made construct. Just following these shapes, these lines, molding to what has come before it or what is in the path of. Going slowly and gently. And these are the kinds of doodles where just become fully present with the current line. Almost makes me sleepy. Moving your page as you go. Being patient with it. Ah, Tracy, you just arrived home and you're thrilled with a tea that your aqua pencils have arrived. Amazing! Yay! Michelle, tufted titmouse. Do you have a tufted titmouse near you? I'm guessing that's a bird, or I'm not an ornithologist. Tufted titmouse. Tracy, I have had my original set for over 40 years when I was doing art. Wow. Oh my gosh. So it's the start of a new chapter. Ooh, I've got another T. I'm going to say tracks. I am just finishing the editing of a recorded track where we will draw raindrops. So I'll be uploading that later today. And then I'm also going to record another track after this session. Oh, for your O level. Art at O level. Oh, you're so welcome. You're welcome, Doodle. I hope you find the tracks useful. I enjoy making them. We could say trace. We are tracing these lines. As we follow the lines that have come before. Something very soothing about this doodle pattern as well. Love it. Ooh, I like that one. It's okay if you don't like yours, just so you know. Tracy, tingle. Yes, where are you feeling tingles? Michelle, train and thunder. Yes. Relating to our travel card. That was not planned, but for those of you who missed it, this was our card that came up earlier. Travel. So I have finished number 48. Going to move on to number 28. We've been doodling for an hour-ish. So let us do a little stretch, another little movement. I'm standing as I draw and I can feel my lower back. If you are sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair, I want to invite you to stand. Get your feet on the ground. Taking my shoes off and just taking a nice deep breath in. And go up on your tippy toes, stretching your hands up above your head. Staying at the top of your tippy toes. Hey, there's a T, tippy toes. And coming back down. One more time. Tippy toes. Stretching, thinking tall thoughts. Another T, thinking tall thoughts. Spine, nice and long. And then coming back down, and then we're going to bend at the waist, gently and slowly, very slowly, lean forward and just another T coming your way. Just hang your head down wherever is comfortable for you and just give way to gravity. You can hold your elbows, one hand on each elbow, and just ragdoll. And this is kind of a traction for your neck and your upper spine. So just letting gravity hold you. Put a little bit of weight on the front end of your feet by your toes. So just leaning ever so slightly forward. Being very gentle wherever your body is today. And then slowly, very slowly rolling up. One vertebra at a time. Okay. Moving on. Ooh, delete toys. Michelle, thighs. Yes. Yes to strong thighs. Okay, number 28. Oh, this was an easy one, number 28. Nice and easy. Kind of like, oh, I need to write down that word that Peter gave us. Tessellation. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Tessellation. Kind of, sort of, but not really. Okay, let's go. Michelle, towel, tongue, and tunnel. Yes. So here we are just creating waves that go opposite to the one before. You can do them as big as you like. And then the little lines that we do inside them, we're going to curve them in opposite directions. So wherever you decide, You're curving at the beginning and at the end of the line. So there's a curved, repeating line on the interior, emphasizing the curve at the start and the end. And then when we go to the next section down, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So concave and convex shapes or lines. Going. Oh, delete, temporary. Yes. Getting okay with the temporary nature of things. That's a practice. To practice detachment. Teacher. Grateful for teachers, people who share their wisdom, insight, and knowledge. Notice how you're feeling. Another T. What thoughts keep floating into your awareness as you are doodling here? And are you able, as they always say, to watch them float in and float out like moving clouds in the sky? It's a practice. It takes practice to notice those thoughts, to realize you're thinking those thoughts, and then to detach from them in such a way that they can just float off. And to make that process of observing those thoughts from a distance, remind yourself to reconnect with the sensation of drawing the pen in your hand, the page beneath your hand, the sound of your pen across the page, or just coming back to your breath. Those are the practices to help you observe your thoughts with more objectivity. Okay. How are you? Where are you at? Dilly, thank you. Peter, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Have a good Friday. Ooh, Monday turtle. Tortoise is my spirit animal. How could I have not thought of that? Thank you so much, Mende, for reminding me. Yes, my spirit animal tortoise. I feel like I need to draw a tortoise today. Barbara, I just realized that I left the class and didn't say goodbye. That's okay, Barbara. Have a lovely rest of your day as well. Thank you for joining, and thanks for coming back to say goodbye. I appreciate you. Evelina, the pattern, this pattern is great for the brain. Simple, but have to watch how lines are drawn in opposite direction. Yes, yes, it's a nice balance of attentiveness and flow, for sure. Okay, Dilly, you have to go. You're so welcome. And thank you for a tremendously terrific time. You're so welcome. Ta-ta. You guys are so funny. Right, I'm going to go back and fill in. How are we doing on time? Okay, we've got 15 minutes left in our session. So if you do need to go, by all means do. I'm going to stick around and fill in the gaps between my leaves of the first pattern. Equally soothing. Oh, cool, Marianne, you love this. Fantastic, I'm glad. Good. For those of you who are new or not, our next session, next week, same time, same place. Oh, let me put a little doobry. Today's the 14th. There we go. That's the event for next week. Same time, same place. Different doodling activity. Last week what did we do? Wind. We drew wind and leaves to give you a sense of the kinds of things that we'll be doing in next week's session. It is very much nature theme based. If that's your thing, it certainly is mine. But as we said at the beginning of this session, it's not about the outcome. It's about the doing of the thing, and especially as a nature-based theme, it just again helps us guide our focus, imagining those natural elements, what it's like to be out, visualizing what it's like to be out in nature is as good as is the next best thing to being out in it in real life. And so that is why nature elements are very much a central theme. Theme, there's a good T word. Yeah, no, yes, yeah, wind in autumn. Oops. Okay, Jean, thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a terrific day too. Remembering to take nice, deep cleansing breaths. I think I'm going to have a cup of tea after this, all this talk of tea. What are you going to do after your doodling session together? A cup of tea and then record some tracks and edit some tracks. That's my rest of the day planned out. Is complete, and of course you can go and color this in if you choose to. I might do that. What have we got? 10 more minutes. Oh, Marion, you're having green tea. Are you having green tea right now? It reminds me that I'm thirsty. Michelle, thermos, yes. Marion, you're going to relax. That's awesome. This is a great way to get into that mode, for sure. If you ever need to invoke relaxation, doodling is a great way of doing that. I am going to get my watercolors and paint these in while we are here. Maybe a darker green. Very subtle green. Tracy, love green tea. I've just bought some Greek mountain tea. Tried it recently at a Greek restaurant. Ooh. Is it a green tea as well? A variety of green tea? Evelina, you're going to shower and off to acupuncture session. Nice. Very nice. That's cool. Let's see. Let's do this wood effect. See how that comes out. I'm going to attempt to teach a full yoga class today, recorded on video. That was my intention for the week, so today's my day to try and follow through on that. I like that wood effect. Yeah, Marion, I would love to try acupuncture. I would too. I've never had acupuncture. I've got no idea what that's like. The other Tracy, I'm going to have lunch with my boyfriend today. That's awesome. Nice. Okay, the other Tracy, not green tea. It's from the Sideritis plant. Sideritis plant? Sideritis plant. So is that like a black tea? I'm British. Well, my heritage is British, so I just have a plain old builder's tea. What shall we do those? Maybe a mix. I'm gonna put some piano music on. Green tea is very healing for you when you brew it. It's green. My mom is a big green tea drinker. I think I tried it. I should try it again. This pattern becomes almost 3D. And certainly if you add shading, it would definitely look 3D. I might do that. Alrighty. That's the colored in one. How are we doing? Evelina, I was introduced to acupuncture when I hurt my ankle working at SeaWorld, climbing stairs at stadiums. Wow. So you get needles put into your ankle? That sounds painful. Tracy, I'm British too, but don't like black tea. Yeah, my folks who are very British, yeah, they don't do British tea, like Tetley's or PG Tips, none of that. Bye, Kim. It's been a totally transformative trek. Good, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. So glad that you enjoyed it. So yeah, let's start to wrap this up. Let's do our check-in before you all leave for your weekend and your relaxation and your acupuncture and your lunch dates and all the things. How are you feeling right now on a scale of 1 to 10? With 1 being awesome, 1 being awful, 10 being awesome. That would have changed the outcome quite significantly. With 1 being awful, 10 being awesome. How are you feeling right now? Without judgment. Checking in as if you're checking the weather app. Just, isn't that interesting? Michelle, I quit smoking with the help of acupuncture. Wow. Marielle said that, gosh. Evelina, yes, needles eases pain and eventually pain goes away after a few sessions. Gosh, I should try that in my neck, I reckon. Marion, an 8, Tracy a 6, Evelina an 8, Tracy a 7, nice, relaxed and sleepy. And Michelle, you're an 8, that's awesome. Yay! I would say I am, 8.5, 9 almost. Let's say 8.5, I'll be conservative. So, fantastic, Mende, you just finished your drawing. Phew, got to head out for appointments now. I also love acupuncture. Fantastic. Well, I hope that you have all enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for your wonderful sharings. I do love the conversation that we generate here while we are doodling. I hope that you've enjoyed the process and that you have seen a shift in how you are feeling. If you haven't, that's okay. But maybe this is an invitation to go and journal about how you are actually feeling. Look at the words that stood out for you. See if there's anything that feels like it requires further reflection. And so go and journal, or maybe call a trusted friend. Just sit with that, notice it. These things come up. I believe, as I do with the card that came up, I believe that it showed up for a reason. The words that showed up in the chat showed up for a reason, and if it resonated with you, it resonated with you for a reason. So go and do that. A reminder about traveling, grabbing opportunities to travel in your mind and in real life. After all, I know that adventure is the only way for me to grow and learn. So there we go. Go out there and embrace everything with that excitement of a new adventure, and welcome in the growth and the learning that comes from that. I want to thank you so much for joining. I hope that you will join again next week, Friday, same time, same place. As I mentioned, I am finishing off the edit. I'll be uploading directly after this a new track about raindrops. It'll take a couple days, I think, for the Insight Timer folk to publish it, but in the next couple days it should be live. And otherwise, I want to invite you to go and check out any of the other tracks that are currently live on my Insight Timer profile. If you follow the Linktree link in my teacher profile, then you should be able to, hopefully, if this technology worked today, then the replay of this video as well, and all other replays that have worked. You can go and find those on the other platforms. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all showing up every Friday. I'm glad that you enjoy these sessions as much as I do. For those of you who are adventuring into the world of Procreate, yay, I'm excited for you. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day, great weekend. Thanks, Inga. Ciao. Thank you for this time. Fantastic. Bye, Tracy. I'm enjoying tickly cuddles with my cat. That's awesome. Thanks, Jenny. Have a terrific weekend. Bye. Toodles, Michelle. Love it. You guys rock. Awesome. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks. Oh, it's still coming in. Monday, I'm obsessed with the smoothness of the Apple Pen on the screen. Yeah, it is very relaxing. It is indeed. All right then. Bye, everyone.